So did you know that some people are attracted to emotionally unavailable men? Like really attracted to those people. Those are the people that they are interested in, the ones that are emotionally unavailable. And I'm not saying that those are the people that they actually go out and seek, like, ooh, you're emotionally unavailable, I want you. No, I'm saying that the initial attraction is there, but what keeps them is the emotionally unavailability. So what does it mean to be an emotionally unavailable man? Well, sometimes the man can be mentally or physically with you, but emotionally he has some turmoil or some trauma, and they can't really connect with you on an emotional level. And the other situation is where the person may be in a relationship and you like them, but they can't really give you all that you need in the emotional realm. Another instance is when they are pursuing other things in their lives and in their careers, and they cannot fulfill your needs and their wishes because they haven't really reached the goals that they want to reach. And some women are attracted to men like that. So there are 3 reasons that people may be attracted to emotionally unavailable men. 1, their self-esteem and self-confidence is low. 2, they're super competitive. Or 3, they always need a way out. So let me explain. If somebody's attracted to an emotionally unavailable man because of self-esteem issues, it really means that something has happened in their childhood, or they had a negative experience with love and trauma that was rooted in maybe their parents or a loved one who made them feel like they had to work for love, or made them feel like they were unworthy of love. So they would rather be with somebody who also makes them feel that same way, because if they get with somebody who has it all together with no trauma or no brokenness, it makes them feel really low about themselves, makes them feel like they are unworthy or unimportant. So they may get with somebody who has these triggers or these emotional problems, because that's the way they understand love in a state of dysfunction. 2, the person who is uber competitive. And I know a lot of people who fall into this category. Honestly, I am one of the most competitive people that I know. But it's one of those things where it's like, hey, you're emotionally unavailable. I like that because I want the challenge of accessing you. You will not allow me to access you. And my only goal now has become to get you. So it becomes like one of those things where it's like, hey, I have to have you because you're like the forbidden. You're the forbidden fruit. I can't have you. You're telling me I can't have you. Your emotions are not tied to me. So now I must have you. And after I get you, I start feeling more confident about myself because it makes me feel more important and more significant to have someone who was unavailable to me. Lastly, we have women who are emotionally unavailable themselves, and they use their partners who are also emotionally unavailable to deflect from their own emotionally unavailability, meaning that instead of looking in the mirror and saying, hey, these are the things that I need to fix, they would rather get with a partner who is already quote unquote broken so that they can place the blame on them, because they don't really believe that they're going to make this relationship last, or they don't want to make a relationship last, but they're just doing it because they feel like their societal expectations means that they should be doing it, but they're really not ready, and they really don't have all the tools that they need to be successful in love. So they'll get with somebody who is also not successful in love because it can't be their fault. They need it to be the other person's fault. So they'll get with somebody and point the finger at them. So when it's over, they can say, whew, I didn't do anything wrong. I don't have any issues. It was him who has the issues, and I am able to walk freely and not deal with my own shit because he has so many issues that I had to deal with, and I had to get out of there because I couldn't tolerate those issues anymore. And now I never have to deal with my thing because I only date men like that, and I'm always looking for a way out. And this is how I get my way out, by only dating men that have a way out. So if I'm dating somebody who doesn't have a job, or doesn't have an education, or doesn't have all the tools that they need, or they don't feel comfortable being in a relationship, or I'm dating somebody who's already in a relationship, or I'm dating somebody who just isn't what I need them to be or fulfilling, I can always say, well, he didn't do this, or he didn't do that, or he's with somebody, or he's still connected to an ex, or he still loves his baby mom. Whatever the case may be, I'm going to be with that person because at least I can say I was with somebody, and hey, there's nothing wrong with me because I can find a man. But at the end of the day, I didn't really want to keep him, even though I believe I do. Subconsciously, I really didn't want to keep him, and I need for it not to be my fault. I need for the burden to not be placed on me for why this relationship did not work. And there are those people who actually do that. In summary, there are a lot of people who are attracted to emotionally unavailable people, but that doesn't have to be the case. See, you can't help who you are attracted to, but you can help who you go for. Meaning, if you see someone is not available and not showing you the emotional capabilities that you need in love, you can walk away. It is not your job to protect them. It is not your job to fix them. It is not your job to mold them. And it is okay if you decide you don't want to be in that situation. You have to remember that you are worthy of love. You are worthy of security. You are worthy of having all of those things, the white picket fence, the 2-car garage, the children, and somebody who is crazy about you in a way that you are crazy about yourself, and in a way that you are crazy about them. You don't have to settle. And understand that just because you're 30 doesn't mean that life is over. Actually, life is really, really just beginning. You deserve somebody who is not keeping you guessing, not keeping you wondering, not keeping you up at night, not keeping you trying to figure out, if does this person really love me? Does this person really want to be with me? Is this person really genuine? See, a lot of the times the competitive edge comes with this sense of adrenaline, and it brings about this certain anxiety, and it keeps you going, and pressure, and it's like this, like all these little bubbles and butterflies come through your system because you feel like, oh wow, this is a spark. But that's not really the right type of spark to have. Like, sparks like that are not good, and they can be misconstrued as love and emotion and connection and commitment. You need to find someone who is going to be there for you, high, low, up, down, who's ready to love. And you have to be ready to love as well. You have to be ready to commit as well. You have to be ready to look within the mirror and say, hey, this is who I am, and this is what I'm doing, and I am not going to run away from this person because this is a good person and this is my person. So I hope I was able to help.
Roxanne. It's a show. Roxanne. Welcome to the show. Roxanne. With who? Roxanne. With who? Roxanne.